Hi, my name is Eric Wilson, independent licensed mechanic with 30 years experience. In the next 6 to 7 minutes, I'm going to show you the inside story in this 2018 Hyundai Elantra, so you can make yourself an informed decision. Now, coming in on the front left tire, I should say, you got about 50% tread on all-season radios, down but definitely not out. Now, coming behind the front left tire, first thing I want to point out, this is the lower left ball joint, and it's critical. It holds the wheel to the steering or to the chassis, and that is tight. Your front brakes are brand new. You've got 60,000 K on your front brakes. You're right. This is your left outer CV boot. Now it's full of grease, and if it was ripped, you see grease all over the place. And it's important not to be, because it lubricates the axle and keeps you moving forward. This here is this is the left outer tie rod. This is the most important thing in the entire car. It's the only thing that holds the wheel to the steering, and it is brand spanking new. So you're going to about 70,000 K before you have to worry about that again. Now this is your left sway bar link connected from here up to there, and the importance of that is it controls the sway. When you go around a corner, it dampens the sway. Okay, and that's important to be connected. So that is now the inner CV boot right there. You can see for yourself, good and dry. More importantly, behind it, if you see it's dry all around it, that's a leak point. If it's going to leak, it's going to leak around there, and that is not leaking. Now, speaking of leaks, this is the bottom of the transmission here. Again, another leak point. If it's going to leak, you can see it right here, good and dry. This is the bottom of the motor, and if it's going to leak, you see it leaking right here. You see it all wet, but it's good and dry. So brake-wise, suspension-wise, leak-wise, on the front left, no issues. Coming in on the front right tire, you're getting about 50% tread on all-season radios. Coming behind, the right lower ball joint is tight. The right outer tie rod, brand new, spanking, 70,000 K left on that before you have to worry about it again. The right outer CV boot, full of grease and intact. Your right sway bar link connected from here up to there, intact, doing its job. And if you look inside, okay, and then the inside CV, the right inner CV boot right there, intact, doing its job, no grease. More importantly, this is a leak point right here. If it was going to leak, it would leak right here, and that is bone dry. So brake-wise, leak-wise, suspension-wise, and tire-wise, I'm not seeing anything of any concern so far. Now, this right here is your catalytic converter. Nothing wrong with it. Trouble is, people are reaching in there and going cut and taking it to the scrapyard and getting $100 to $150 for it. And you, my friend, have got $1,000 repair to do. Now, if you buy the vehicle, I'm going to put on a free catalytic theft protection system if you come to me, and it's going to stop that from happening, and it costs you nothing, my friend. So just remember, buy it, come to me, I'll help you. Okay. Now your exhaust, all clean, no cracks, no breaks. Yeah, exhaust is in good shape. Now coming to the right rear tire, about 70% tread on all season radios, a little more tread on the rear than you have on the front. Your right rear shock, again, full of oil. If it was leaking, you'd see it dripping all the way down here, good and dry. Your right rear spring suspension, no cracks, no breaks. Brakes, you got about 30,000 K on your rear brakes, down a little bit, but definitely not out. Coming across to the left rear tire, 70% tread, all season radios. Left rear shock, good and dry, 30,000 K on your rear brakes. Left rear spring suspension, intact, doing its job. So far underneath, I am not seeing anything of any concern. Okay, with the motor running, 96,987, not even 100,000 K. Windshield, nice and clean, and AC blowing nice and cold. No check engine lights that I can see. Now I'll take you out and show you the condition of the motor. Okay, with the motor running. Shot of the exhaust of the motor running. Very clean, no smoke. Now, the thing I always do, and every time I look at a car, is I take the oil cap off and I look underneath there for any kind of indication of white goo, and you'd see it right away, and there is no indication of that. And what a white goo would be is a mixture of oil and antifreeze, which would mean an internal leak on the motor, which is a big problem. I do not see any indication of that, and I'm not surprised. There's not even 100,000 K on this car. I am not hearing any issues with the motor running. In fact, I'm not seeing any issues with this vehicle whatsoever. It's been well maintained and definitely had work done on it. So hopefully this will help you make an informed decision. Now remember, if you buy the car, contact me. Free catalytic theft protection system and a 10% fuel saving device I have used for 20 years, never fails, and that costs you nothing, my friend. Just contact me and I'll take care of it. You'll be in and out in 20 minutes and you'll be on the road saving gas and protecting yourself from a $1,000 exhaust repair from people stealing their cats, which happens unfortunately too much. Hopefully this will help you make an informed decision, and have a good one.